Why, hello there, everybody. It's the day after WrestleMania, and I'm not in a hotel room. I'm in my bedroom. No, I didn't take a red eye home this morning, or not even. I couldn't do a red eye. I didn't take an early flight home this morning. No, I was in my basement watching WrestleMania with Justin, Hassan, and Ravi. All four of us. My dog Belle was there for a bit. Jessica was there for a bit, but then she kind of like was like peace because she knew how long the show was gonna be. But also too, he's back here, but he's camera shy today, so doesn't really feel like talking. But anyway, I wanted to come on here and actually do a pay-per-view review for the first time in a very long time. And also, too, I wanted to admit that the fact I was a little salty just because it's like I didn't go to 31 and I didn't go to 35, but I went to the three in between. Three in between were okay shows. 31 was really good. And you know what? This was a really good WrestleMania, too. I personally gave it a 9 out of 10. Like, I had the only two complaints, like, I'm going to come out and say it right now. The only two complaints that I had about the show were the women's tag match. I was happy with the result, but the match was pretty sloppy. And then Angle Corbin was meh. And the pre-show also was like whatever, but we don't like what Justin said to me last night. We don't really count the pre-show, so I'm not really going full on with it. But just to go over the card quickly, like the cruiserweight match, out of all the matches on the pre-show, the cruiserweight one was probably the best match. Honestly, it was just a good match. It was a good time too, just 10 minutes. I knew the Battle Royale was bad because when the boys didn't get over, by the way, till the pay-per-view started, or just like just after the Andre match, but I knew the women's Battle Royal is bad when I have my girlfriend who doesn't watch WWE, who only kind of knows it through what she sees through my Twitter, not actually doesn't have Twitter, what she likes, what I see and tell her, and she watches Total Divas and stuff, but when she says it was bad, that's how I knew it was bad. When someone who doesn't even watch wrestling says something's bad, that's when you know you have a problem. And even too, like with the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, she's kind of like, why, like what are the points of these? And I basically told her it's just to get everybody on the card. Literally, we all know that. And also too, hopefully they can change the name for next year to the China Battle Royal. Which, if anyone's asking, I already seen people posting about it. I'll get into what I'm thinking about Tampa. I did a video about Tampa, but I gave it some more thought last night. Also, the other part too was the Raw Tag Team Title match. Like, it was okay. It's just I know it's stupid because the finish was really weird, and that Hawkins and Ryder are probably going to lose them tonight on Raw. It's just one of those things I can see happening. Just kind of like how Ryder got his moment in Dallas. I feel like they just did this to get them their moment and also to get Kurt Hawkins that big, like, to break his losing streak on the grand stage. That was my main thoughts behind that. And then the Battle Royal too, it was what it was. I would have enjoyed it more, I think, if the Saturday Night Live guys had won it. But also too, I didn't like how they had the whole guest correspondent role, and their only part in it was getting a finger up the ass from Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Like, I was just thinking about it, and I'm just like, aren't they supposed to be like correspondents? I guess they didn't even get beat up. They took the proper spots where it was like, okay, they're not gonna hurt themselves, and they kind of sold the injuries. Like, I like that. But Braun winning was good though, just because you know what, they've done fuck all with Braun the last 3 WrestleManias, like 2 Battle Royals and then the tag team match with Nicholas last year. I'm gonna say this right now about Tampa. I think he needs to be in a better profile match, not just a Battle Royal or just a tag team match like that. He's got to be in a big time singles match or a championship match. Which is we're going to get into is what we opened the show with on a bang. I remember reading on Twitter about an hour and a half before the show that Styles and Orton was going to open. But we got an opener instead of Seth Rollins beating Brock Lesnar, which, thank you, Lord, for the title. This match was done perfectly. 2.5 minutes. You have that beat down beforehand, so you make Rollins look weak like Lesnar's going to retain. But you know what? It's great now. You're going to have Rollins have a good title run. Probably, I could see him facing, like, probably McIntyre or Reigns. I feel like Brock and him may fight at Saudi Arabia, or they may even do, like, a triple threat between Roman, Seth, and Brock. But at this time, too, I loved how Heyman just came out and said the whole, like, oh, somebody's going to be ultimately appreciated, kind of saying, like, we're not on last, like, we're going to go. Hopefully they're not on Raw tonight. I don't think they'll be on Raw tonight, but you never know at the same time. But no, the way they did this was perfect. Great way to open the show. Big title change right away. It's not just like, oh, like, it was an Intercontinental title match or U.S. title match. No offense to those titles. It's just, this is a big profile title match. You get it done right away. You get a new champ. The Beast Slayer was burned down. I'm really happy that Seth Rollins won. Let's just say that. And then up next, we have AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, which, I'm going into Mania, as soon as this match got announced, I honestly thought that it had match of the night. Like, it was candidate for it. Like, it was a good match, but honestly, like, it wasn't match of the night. It didn't do anything to blow me away, but you know what? It was a really good match, really solid match. Both guys got good offenses in it. I enjoyed the finish. I had no complaints about this match. Like, it's not one of those ones where I'm going to go saying, oh my god, it was fantastic, or oh my god, it was good. You know what? I enjoyed it. Nothing bad to say about it. Up next was the SmackDown Tag Team Title Fatal 4-Way, which was one of only 2 title retains of the night. Which, too, you know what? Another good match. Like I'm going to say this. There's only, like I said before, there's only 2 matches that, and I wanted to get those out of the way, that I kind of had problems with. Apart from that, no other problems with any other matches. This one, too, was good. A lot of great spots. There was that one spot where I thought for sure Ricochet was going to break his fucking leg, but he didn't. But I'm kind of glad. I know a lot of people wanted to see those 2 win, Aleister and Ricochet. But I'm glad they didn't win because I'd rather see them as singles wrestlers than in a tag team. Honestly, why? Don't let their talents go to waste. And I'm really glad. Hopefully they're doing that. Hopefully it's like, or even too if they get split up on different brands in the brand extension Superstar Shakeup, excuse me, in Montreal next week. Next up we have Shane McMahon and The Miz, which honestly, this is one of 2 matches of the night for me. I enjoyed this match. It was great. Some of the spots they did, though, holy fuck. Like the one where they were in the international announcers row, and he took the monitor, shoved, like, pushed, like, just threw it right in his face, and he jumps, like, 8 feet. It's like literally, Shane's a fucking daredevil. Like, how do you, like, just think about it? Like it's just, you see that, and you're like, Jesus Christ. And even to the spot to finish the match, it reminded me a lot of, like, WrestleMania 17 with Triple H and Undertaker, and even though it was, like, not the same thing, but the Jeff Hardy Swanton Bomb on Orton back in, like, 08. I think it was the last Raw ever with the non-HD set. But, you know, it just reminded me of that. And even to, like, how you have the kooky finish of where Shane got DDT like that, and Miz won, and then he still won the match. So it was, like, one of those things, too, where it's like, you know what, Miz gave it his all, but Shane went out there and just beat the holy, like, they got the holy hell beaten out of each other, but Shane still picks up the win. Like, good for Shane. This is also his first singles win at Mania in a very long time. Up next is the women's tag team match that I was telling you about I have a problem with. It's just because, like, there's certain moments in this match, too, where I'm just like, okay, some of this wrestling is really sloppy. The entrances, too. Bayley's, like, tube men were not properly inflating for some of them. The Iconics had that weird, like, Melissa Finn. I think that's the name. If it's not, please correct me. I don't know the proper pronunciation. All I know is, like, even last night we were saying, like, yeah, it's that Disney Angelina Jolie movie. Like, that's the only way we knew about it, like, or knew, like, what it was, because that's, like, the horns, and then I did not know what Peyton Royce was, because her gear looked very similar to, like either Bam Bam Bigelow or Eddie Guerrero, one of the 2. I just thought it was just the Flames, but I think it was more Bam Bam because of the blue. But, anyway, I just, I like the finish of this match, too, how you thought, fuck, who was supposed to win last night? No, I forgot who they rolled out, if it was, no, it was, Sasha Bayley about to win, and then, Peyton rolls her out of the way, and then Billy gets the pin, and then they won the titles. It's just a cheeky way to win the titles, and honestly, for a team like the Iconics, that's how I perfectly would have done it. Also, back to the Battle Royal, the Women's Battle Royal, like I was saying before, was sloppy, but you know what, I was happy Carmella won. But it was like the same thing, like the two, we'll talk about the 3rd women's match later on, but I liked how with this women's match, like, I kind of like how, you know what, match was not the best. I liked who won, though. Make sense? I think so. Up next, we got what I'm calling match of the night right now. And on match, I'm so happy this person won. Kofi Mania. Kofi Kingston beats Daniel Bryan. This was the best match of the night. Like, this was honestly amazing. Like, there was just no words for it. Like, I don't own any Kofi merch. I don't own any New Day merch. But I fell in love with the character of Kofi Kingston back in, like, late 2007 when they started showing those vignettes for him when he was going to ECW, and then he did the Jamaican thing, and then he didn't really do much, and then he had the feud with Randy Orton, like, in late 09, where in Buffalo, New York, he destroyed his NASCAR, and then there was the boom drop in MSG, and then just, like, all the stuff he did, and then the Rumble gimmicks of, like, trying not to get eliminated. It just shows that, like, if you give guys a chance, they're going to succeed with it. Like, that's what I'm just looking forward to. Kofi having a great title run. So, like, yeah. Both, like, the last time this happened was every 2 years now we get a big title change like this where Kofi Kingston wins the title at 33. And also I realized, too, that with Seth Rollins, 31 closes the show, I'm at home. 35, I'm at home. He opens the show winning the title. But with last night, too, this was also the second longest match last night at 23:45. But honestly, too, like, there's no complaints about this match. Like, there's points, too, where you didn't know, is Bryan going to win? Is Kofi going to win? And then eventually when he got the pin up, you can go watch Hassan's reaction and see what my full reaction was. I wasn't filming reactions last night. I was just really tired. But it's just all in all, you know what? I'm happy. It's just let's just see what happens here. Are they going to disband the New Day, or are they going to keep them together for a bit? Who knows? And also too, when I say I was tired, it was because I was in Montreal all weekend, and I just wanted to sit there and enjoy the show. And honestly too, it felt so great going to bed, like literally right after everyone left. I just came up here, went to sleep. It felt so good. Like I'm just like thinking like, oh, it's great, and then I wake up this morning and see people like tweeting about like it's 3 a.m. and people are still at MetLife, and I'm like, fam, I've been asleep for 2 hours. Yeah, like sure, it would have been great to be at this show, but you know what? At the same time too, there's a lot of pros and cons to like not going. Mainly the cons are you go on fucking Instagram and you see everybody posting about it, or Snapchat or Twitter or Facebook, and as well when like they do it was not the pre-show, it was whatever, it was when they started doing like America the Beautiful and stuff, and like the opening video package, and it's like you're not there, and like I looked at Ravi and I'm like, this feels really fucking weird still, and he was like, yeah, I know, because like yeah, like we all agree. Well, I don't think Justin so much, just because he's like he was in New York for the day, and then he also did like every other year, and then like Hassan and I were last 3 years in a row, so it's like, you know what, always be weird watching at home. I think it would have been weirder if I did last night and I wasn't going to Tampa, which that'd be weird. Why did I pick cold weather over warm weather? Even though it wasn't cold last night, still. The next matchup was Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio, which I think this match was a minute just because, honestly, it's either they wanted to get Rey back for his. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure Rey was hurt, so that's why it was only a minute, because if he's banged up, they didn't want him going out there and further injuring himself. Like, that's all. Like, this was a quick squash match. Okay, up next was Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, which, you know what, for WrestleMania, well, for one, holy shit, Roman got a lot of pyro. He's not in the main event, but you thought he was because of how much pyro he got for his entrance. Yeah, and then, too, like, both guys got good offense in this match, but, like, ultimately we knew Reigns was going to win. McIntyre also, too, I really liked the NYPD pipe band entrance. I thought it was really good, like a really good entrance with like McIntyre and thing. Like, there was all good entrances. Like, it's like I said, there's not a lot to complain about from this Mania. It's kind of like if you did these two things a little bit right, it'd be a perfect show. But no, there, and then on to next, the Triple H Batista match, which honestly, for a match that a lot of people thought was gonna be shit, I didn't think it was that bad. I enjoyed it. Like, both guys like sadistically beat the hell out of each other, including pulling metal and earrings off people's bodies. But even to like the entrances, how Triple H did the Mad Max thing, Batista had like the security thing. He tripped over the rope, but you know what? It's like one of those things you have to get a good laugh about. The walking, talking meme, the Animal Dave Batista. It was honestly also great too, sitting in the room with such a big Batista fan like Ravi is, and just watching like the look on him, like when his one of his all time favorites comes out. But like even to like this match, I was glad Triple H won. Like even before the match, like I'm glad too how. Like, they did the same thing with Shane and Mrs. Dad, how, like, Triple H, because like, Triple H's parents are always sitting ringside, and how you have, you had Batista basically kind of, like, look at him and, like, chirp, and then even to, I loved how Ric Flair got involved at the end, and then did all that, but the only weird thing I noticed with this match is that when Batista was when he was getting pedigreed, he didn't, like, his legs didn't go flat out. I think he did it mainly to protect the Hollywood face, but he bent his knees as he was going into the pedigree. I think it was, like, or even if he was going face first into the canvas, I think he was just trying to prevent the like further impact. But also, too, I liked it how Dave's new movie, his co-stars were ringside. The one guy, like the one comedian, was in like the big blow up Batista face shirt. They all had the signs up. I like even stuff like that's cool. Instead of just showing the co-stars, like the fact that they were that involved, like kind of adds flavor to it. Also, the other thing I gotta say too is I absolutely like the Elias concert at first. I didn't know what to think about it. But you know what? I loved the just when Cena came out, like Dr. Thugonomics. Like, man, I was marking out for that. I loved every single second of that segment when he came out. He's like basically saying he'll Cena back, and he, like pistachios in the face, like pistachios. No, pistachios wasn't almonds. It was just perfect. And then too, I get some moves in, and Elias like goes down. Even Elias's concert was okay, but yeah. And also, too, the only thing I have to say, too, is I think the Hulk Hogan thing was really stupid to do. Like, what's the point of that? Like, coming out and saying, like, the MetLife... Like, saying Silverdome was kind of, like, forced, but then, too, it's saying MetLife Center. It's like, excuse me? Like, didn't need that. Next up's about the other bad part I said about the night, which is Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle. You know what? This match was okay. It was just the fact that Corbin... Like, I know Angle wanted to go on his back, like, probably go out, like, losing like a lot of wrestlers do. But at the same time, too, I kind of wish Angle had won this match, and also too, it was like really impromptu, and it was like, okay, that's all. Also just because I don't like Baron Corbin. Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley. Honestly, one of my favorite parts of this match was the selling of the fear in the face of Lio Rush when Demon Balor looked at him, or he was kind of like looking at him, he was making like noises and like hissing at him. Honestly, it just adds to the allure of the demon. Like, I don't know how you can't like not like that. Like when I saw all that, it was just like, okay, this is real. Like they're doing really good with this right now. And then to just the fact like it was a quick match. The only thing I didn't like about it really was like, and also too, Balor's entrance was sick. How he did like the Shawn Michaels-esque coming from above to down to the ground. Before people get at me and saying Shawn Michaels was an angel, he was a demon. I know. I'm just saying they're very similar. On the platform, lower the platform, go to the ring. But he sold the hell out of that demon character, and also to another title change. And I'm really glad that happened because Finn Balor deserves a title, and hopefully soon maybe he can hook up with Seth and they can fight for the Universal title down the road if they're either one of them has a championship or Seth has a long title run. But we'll see. And up next is the women's main event, which sure the finish was botched, but you know what? These ladies killed it. Like there's nothing bad about this match. It was a good match overall. Like I know I'm repeating myself a lot by saying there was nothing bad, but you know what? There wasn't. Like I said, there was only the two parts and the pre-show that was. Apart from that, the rest of the show was good. Like I said, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Becky Lynch won. Sure, the finish was a little fucking screwy, but you know what? Like I said, she won. It's what they finally gave the people what they wanted. Seth wins, Kofi wins, Becky wins. What more could we ask for? And also, I guess you could cap out too. But like I said, all these people won. And also for me too personally in Iconics. But so out of all the tag teams, like I'm kind of glad it's all Sasha and Bayley. Hopefully now too with those two. Hopefully, I'll get into that later actually. But with this match too, like everyone got in equal amounts of offense. The only thing is too with the finish, like I read right before I actually started recording that apparently the finish was fucked up, or like she was supposed. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Let me look. If you give me a second, then let me look it up. We go on old reliable NoDQ.com, the 5th best wrestling insider site on the planet. She wasn't supposed to get her shoulder up. That's what it was. I think she just tried to kick out. I think that was the actual. So yeah, none of that was basically. Meltzer said that even though Meltzer's not affiliated with this, they just literally grab everything he says and report it as news. That was the finish because the people were cut out there going the referee screwed up. None of that is true. But she wasn't supposed to get the shoulder up. That was just it just happened. It wasn't that she was. I don't believe that for a second. Fucking banner ad. I don't believe that for a second. She was just trying to play a game or like do some of the old guys do where they didn't want to do a job. They kind of pressured into it. If that's true, or Ronda did not want to do the job, like, come on. Like, we kind of knew you were losing. You've held the championship since SummerSlam last year. And, like, we pretty much know you're going bye-bye. So now if we can get Becky for a run, I also got to wonder, too, are they going to have both? Are they going to have her keep both titles for a while? Because also, too, I don't have ESPN because I'm in Canada, but I watched their YouTube clips, and I saw that her and Kofi were on Get Up this morning, and she still has the title plates of Charlotte and Ronda on them. Like, they didn't change them yet. Kofi's got the old title back with the Kofi plates on it, no New Day affiliated, which I kind of like. But you know what? All in all, great WrestleMania. Great WrestleMania. That's all I can say. I'm going to repeat myself, but you know what? That's what matters at the end of the day. With shows like this, I kind of like, I want to start doing that. I have started doing this where, you know what, don't let what other people think of your opinion get in the way of what you think about it. Did you enjoy the show? Great. If you didn't enjoy the show, good for you. But also, too, with the show over, and what was I going to say about earlier with the Sasha and Bayley thing, hopefully the two of them split up, and hopefully one of them goes heel again, and we finally get a legit run with them, because honestly, if they can have matches like they did at Brooklyn 1, I'm down for that, especially at certain pay-per-views in 4 months from now. But anyway, I'm going to end it here, because I've been talking for too long. I want to try to get as many views on this as possible. I didn't record last night because I was too tired. Maybe if I lived on the West Coast, I would have. But also, guys, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Many more videos will be coming out soon. And with that being said, you know what? WrestleMania is in the foreground now. We on to SummerSlam, baby!